yourself. The goods you need to elevate your bass fishing game and rep your Bassmaster pride. See Bassmaster.shop to check out the latest deals and hottest trends at the all-new Bassmaster online store.
Maxim Tires, Bassmaster Elite on the Sabine River. East Texas, one of the main East Texas waterways. Our fantastic host city, host community is Orange, Texas. And our coverage sponsored by Luz. All through this tournament, we do appreciate that. Beautiful, very different from anywhere we ever go with the Bassmaster Elite Series. We've got a great day shaping up here, which will continue to gain visitors more and more every hour as we build up towards weigh-in time. And then, of course, they're going to stick around after the weigh-in. That's where the real party starts, right there.
Yeah.
I wish we will be done then, so we can't show you much of that.
Concerts certainly bring out a lot of the local community, and people drive quite a ways to see, and their free concerts. It's great that they do that. But the crowds here will be much bigger than they are right now when it gets closer and closer to weigh-in time. These people in the community love to see these elite anglers come to Orange, Texas and bring those bass. And I promise you, they cheer loud and hard for these anglers, even though a lot of them be just holding up pound and a half fish. Yeah. They are excited that the Bassmaster Elite Series is here. And I've heard quite a few of them say, this is what we do. This is the world we live in.
Yeah, they're knowledgeable enough. They know what impresses them, and it's not necessarily the traditional things. They're in on the game. Well, right now we want to let you in on the game as we have observed it so far on day number 3. Semi-final Saturday with our Luz midday report, and we will start with the man, the only angler over 12 pounds on day number 1. Fell off the pace a little bit on day number 2, but kept his lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Pat Schlapper had a great day number 1 with 12 pounds, 2 ounces. Yesterday, like you mentioned, Tommy, a little off his pace, 7 pounds, but that's not bad. You know, if you get that 12-pound day, you can follow it up with just an average limit for the Sabine River here at 7 pounds. But today, much slower for him. Gosh, we were just afraid that it would not replenish, and that's kind of what has happened. He caught most of what he weighed in on day 1 and day 2 in that one area way up in that canal, and it's just not a place that you would think a lot of fish will be migrating up into. We were certainly hoping so, and the quality of fish were there, and he was picking it apart. Caught a lot of his fish on a black and blue jig that he made himself, a do-it mold type jig. But then drop shots, some other things, I just don't think the fish are there anymore.
We've got a good combination of a rookie and to start the day, and some veterans as well, 2nd and 3rd year anglers too. One of our veterans is this man, Stetson Blaylock. Stetson Blaylock had a great day number 1 too, just under that 12-pound mark, and fell off the pace a little bit himself yesterday, but never lost his confidence that he could get there. And so far, he's getting there.
Yeah, it was great having a camera with Stetson yesterday, even though, like you said, he had a little slower day than day 1. You could see how he stayed mentally focused. It took him all day to catch the 5 keepers that he caught. But surprisingly to him, not so much to us, because we see all the scores, he was still inside our top 10. Another day today, solid. He's going to just have to catch 1 or 2 a little bit bigger than average fish like that for Stetson. And I think he'll be in our top 10 for tomorrow. He's mixing it up, throwing a square bill some, a spinnerbait some, pitching soft plastic. He's doing a lot of different things, just keeping his bait weight. He's over in the Taylor's area where a lot of the anglers have spent their entire tournament and their practice. So the pressure is certainly taking its toll on the area, but Stetson's been able to catch him a limit the last few days.
3rd place right now, and the man who spent a lot of today in 1st place came into this day after 2 good, the most consistent 2 days of performance we have had among these, the full field here on the Sabine River. Cooper, Gallant, and he really looks at home, far away from home.
Yeah, there's a couple anglers in our top 10 that we have cameras with today. That's a little surprising. You would think they'd be out of their element, but heck, I don't know Cooper that well. Dave Mercer does, and he says, hey, he's fished tough rivers before. Yeah. This is something he has done a lot. Well, he certainly looks like that today. You mentioned his consistency. Day 1, 10 pounds, 2 ounces. Yesterday, 10 pounds, 3. He's well on his way to possibly another 10-pound 5-fish limit today. He's got some above average size fish in there. Yesterday, the key was, he had one almost 4.5 pounds. So that helps you immensely here on the Sabine River, no doubt about it. But Cooper Gallant really does seem dialed in more so than anyone else that we've been able to spend time with with our cameras. We have 10 cameras out there today. We love that. But he has got an area to himself. He's farther up a canal than most people, and he seems to have it dialed in. We'll be seeing a lot more of him before this tournament is over.
Absolutely. This man right here, Kyoya Fujita, has made himself a big part of what the top story, the story at top of the leaderboard for 2 consecutive weeks here in Texas. That is some going right there. 2 completely different fisheries.
Yes, Tommy, I don't know how you could have 2 back-to-back elite tournaments any more different than we have at Lake Fork and coming here to the Sabine River. It really shows what a great fisherman, and I will say it again, what a great fisherman he is. Catching up 30+ pounds a day, all except the last day last week, certainly was the favorite going into the final day. He just ran out of fish. The wind blew a little too much for him. Coming here, picking up a flipping stick, fishing this matted vegetation and some of the canes and reeds, using his spinning tackle a little, has been very, very impressive. And, you know, I'll have to say, I had no idea we would be saying Kyoya Fujita is the leader on Saturday afternoon unofficially.
It's really stunning. Just an absolute great performance over 2 weeks and 2 different playing fields. And let's get out to our leader right now. Kyoya Fujita has had his limit for a while. Got a couple of good ones. 2 pounds 5 ounces.
No.
What's wrong with it?
Even if it does measure, I don't know if that one would help him at this point.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think if it's a keeper, it's barely a keeper, and I don't think it'll help him.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
It's number 5.
We'll keep it.
Okay, that is number 5.
Okay, sorry.
Thanks, Sue.
Yes, keep it.
Ace and Fothergill just jumped up to 4th place from 19th. How about that, going for his 4th top 10 in a row?
Wow.
Not counting the Classic.
So I got a little something I need to share here. I'm not 100% sure where Kyoya is, but I'm 80% sure. He's not far from T-Roy's camp in the marsh.
Okay.
And
T-Roy Broussard.
T-Roy said, he's got security cameras on the, it's like houses on the water. He said, I've only got a picture of my security camera from one guy. And he wasn't breaking in. He was fishing, and it was Kyoya. So he's the only angler that's been anywhere near that area. So speaking of Cooper being able to get away from the crowd, Kyoya has done a good job of doing that also.
Boy, that's a lesson we learned time and again.
I couldn't give away he was around T-Roy's camp until Saturday afternoon, though.
Okay. Well, you're good to go. 12-11.
I mean, I couldn't wait much longer. I mean, I waited 11 minutes. It was killing me.
Must be a bite window opening up. Takumi Ito with 2 fish in the last 5 minutes, except the 4th.
Dang. Come on, be a long, skinny little keeper. Oh my gosh.
Boy, that is a classic line burner right there.
Upbeat music, that fish might relax. Be a little longer.
Yeah, he might be being creeped out a little bit there, you know, or sad.
That sad country blues, that fish is just drawing up like I'm only 11 7/8. I'll ride with you if you play some more Zeppelin.
I think that one did make it, but exactly half a pound. How about that?
Wow. I hope he can cull that one. It was a close one.
That's a risky one to take to the weigh-in. Back to Pat Schlapper.
Oh, wow. That looked like a good one.
Just not. Just not. Wasn't big, but it is a keeper. No, you can't even make it up, dude. You cannot make that up.
It's gotta be little dude.
No, it wasn't. I seen it. Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
There we go.
I told you. I don't know if it's the same one or not. It's a good one, though. I ain't even gonna weigh him. I'm just putting him in there. He's a pound and a quarter. Like, I see it, like, dude, it's not little. I just seen it. I kind of hooked him, too. All right, 2 more. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. 2 more.
All right. 3 keepers for Pat Schlapper. Puts him 3 pounds, 6 ounces behind the leader. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now there's a, a little risk involved in this. There's one of the risks. There's probably a set of eyes down there taking good note of this.
Yeah, I was
somewhere.
just thinking, man, if one would jump out of the water and just grab his Cinco.
That would be too much.
It's got good action, I must say.
Really, yeah. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with
I'd
the
rather hit low.
plastic stick bait there.
See a gator or bird or something swoop in. And I thought he might throw over the top.
Yeah, yeah.
At least you could get it in there. That might be even more difficult to land. But
Yeah, that would be a show landing one there for sure. Let's get back to John Cruz. John Cruz.
Down there, baby.
Yeah. Hooked up.
Come on. He's gonna be a little small.
oh no. Hopefully it is. But
It's been more than 3 hours since his last keeper.
Dude.
there
1
we
and a
go.
quarter. Got my heart rate up. He's right where he's
I
supposed
was
to be.
looking at the 11-inch line, not the
Yeah.
12. Thought he was small when he swung him in.
Stay on, baby. Stay on. Please stay on. Please stay on. Got him. How many is that? I need to count. I think it's 4. But I don't want to screw up. It'd be 5.
I was thinking that was his 5th.
I was too.
That last one was an actual 8-ounce keeper.
Yeah. This one a little bigger, but I'm with you. I think it's his 5th.
They're so little, I can't find them. Yeah, all right. Well, we got 5.
Yep.
I was like, man, that's a pretty brush. I just knew I was close to it.
A couple of them hiding behind corners down there in that live well.
So you catch your 5-fish limit on Sabine. How do you not play some queen when you're KJ Queen?
There you go. Come on. Even a little Queen Latifah mix it in there. Come on.
That's right.
It's something going
Something.
there. Yeah. Kyoya Fujita. Still the man on top. Coop Gallant. Second place, Pat Schlapper. Just a hard-fought keeper. Just a few minutes ago, and Taku Ito back in the top 10 in 4th place.
Serious anglers know that.
We're off the